And we are live, and the doors of the Sanctum have been unlocked and open for the week. Welcome, everyone, back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm your illustrious host, Widow's Son, and with me are two of my awesome co-hosts, the Wanderer, and today, as everyone saw in the title of the show, it is the official return of STOODOGG, STOODOGG, the man himself. Welcome back to the show, my brother.
Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay.
I was waiting for that. I'm just like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Just in the back of my mind, I fucking saw it coming.
Gonna do it. I'm just wondering when.
We don't know where Doc is at the moment, so he's probably out doing some deliveries of Uber Eats or whatever in the one of those deliverum services. So I'm not quite sure where he is, but I'm sure he'll pop in at some point. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream for us. That really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on. So today we are just going to be doing as we always do. We're going to be just having a good time and seeing what happens. So let's see. Lady Vac is in the chat. Welcome. And STOODOGG, you're here, so we know we're in. So I'll just go ahead and say, "Hey, STOODOGG, I see you."
What's there up? You are. I'm talking to myself. I can have an argument with myself.
I just stare in the mirror and just argue with myself. I insult myself consistently. I'm my own worst critic. That's how it is. Yeah, we're just going to be kicking it like we always do. Thank you, everybody, once again, who came to the 1-year anniversary show last week. Big milestone for us. Was a great year for us here. And to be doing it, and again, to be doing it a year later is really, really awesome. And of course, it's like I always say, I don't do this alone. I have all of the great guys that work with me, the Wanderer, STOODOGG, Doc, and now Quentin. Quentin won't be with us today. Some personal things came up, and so he's taking care of that. So Quentin, if you're listening or going to be listening later, buddy, we will see you on the next show, which will be next Saturday. Slowly moving back into that regular production schedule that we had when we first started, which is a nice change of pace, to be quite honest with you. So, Quentin, we'll see you on the next one next Saturday. But STOODOGG, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. I can't say that enough. It's been, it's like close to a year almost since we really had talked, and you had been with us, and you and I were actually talking yesterday. I believe it's tomorrow. The episode where I had you come on and I interviewed you turns a year old tomorrow.
Yeah, man, we were saying that the other day. I can't believe it's been a year.
I know. It's time flies when you're having fun. I think that would be an appropriate thing to say right now. And here is the man, the myth, and the legend, the man with the hat. Well, actually, I'm the man with the hat. He's the man with the cowboy hat. But anyway, what's up, Doc?
I'm feeling better today. I got the second dose of the Pfizer COVID vaccine yesterday.
Fuck yeah.
At 8:30 in the morning, and then at about 8:30 in the evening, I started getting the chills and had one of the worst nights I've ever had. And took a shower this morning and almost passed out. So I came back to my couch and collapsed on it, and I've been sleeping most of the day.
We figured you were out, delivering stuff and
listening to Miles Davis.
Yeah, and for some reason, Miles Davis got brought into the conversation.
That would have been preferable to what I was dealing with. If this is the weekend version of COVID, I can't imagine how bad the actual thing is.
Yeah, I still got to schedule my second one. I still haven't done that yet.
Are you getting Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer, but let's not get into the whole Corona beer thing.
Done. Mine Corona. Done.
Hey, I was at karaoke one night right before the lockdowns began, and a guy actually sang "My Shrona" as "My Corona."
Oh, dude, that fucking guy, he cursed us all, man. I'll go kick his fucking ass.
Well, we all knew the lockdowns were coming at that point. We just didn't know when.
Yeah, that's true. But everything's getting lifted slowly. Over here was a little bit too quick, in my opinion, in some areas. But it is what it is. Yeah, but I still got to schedule both mine. Stu, have you two guys had your shots yet?
I'm not eligible for them at the moment. They're going through they're going through all the categories that I'm not. So like old people and people who are like in really high risk categories. I guess I'm too young and physically fit.
Yeah, I don't qualify either.
Us damn kids.
Yeah.
All right. So what's been going on this week, fellas? It's I'm sure it's been a long week for both of us. Wanderer, you were just telling me the project is almost finished.
Yeah, it's really really close.
We're getting into the home stretch with it.
Well, we've been in the home stretch for quite a while now, and the home stretch is actually having its own home stretch, and we're on it right now.
The home stretch to get to the home stretch, so the home stretch can take place.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot of there's a lot of home stretching in there.
There is.
There
we
may
might
be
as well
a tad
just call it Project Home Stretch. Like
there you go, or but sometimes there can be a little bit too much home stretch.
Yeah,
So,
a little bit too much. I'm currently drafting up the ending slideshows. So just grabbing screenshots from the game, overlaying them, kind of coming up with something cool. And after that, that's when I'm going to begin on the credit scene. And then I'm finally going to move to the post-credit scene. And the post-credit scene is probably going to take the most time and effort. So that'll probably be the reason that the project, say, releases in June or July. Because the post-credit scene is going to need a lot of attention to detail. And it's going to need a lot of kind of hands-on to execute.
a lot of kinda.
Yeah,
A lot of kinda.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think we're starting to develop our own language here. So, safe to say our first word could be a lot of kinda.
What kind of forever?
No, a lot of kinda works. I like it. A lot of kinda rolls off the tongue just a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
It'd almost be like a greeting, almost. A lot of kinda. And Doc is recovering from feeling like walking death, basically. So, Stu, what have you been up to? What have you been up to this week, bro?
Mostly filling in forms and chasing up people who also need to fill in forms. I've got two people that I need to chase up for references. One of them I cannot seem to get hold of, and the other one, since I filed the first form back in January, has changed his work email address, and I'm not able to go back into the forms that I filed to change his email address on those ones or update them. So, yeah.
Splendid.
And I'm guessing that everyone's going to be off work until like Wednesday or something. They're going to take like a May Day long weekend, and yeah, nothing's going to happen for days.
Speaking of May Day, did you guys know that, like, canonically speaking, SCP-001, otherwise known as When Day Breaks, actually takes place today, and it's fucking terrifying.
What's that?
So SCP, I don't know if you've heard of SCP before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one called When Day Breaks, and basically the sun or the light is being like neutralized by an unknown entity, and basically when the human body or like any like living being comes into contact with it, with the light from the sun, they basically start to dissolve and like turn into this like fleshy like kind of fucking goo monster thing. That like
Kind of like
blends,
kind of like a vampire hitting sunlight.
kind of, but then the gooey monster thing merges with other gooey monsters, and then makes super gooey monsters, and then those gooey monsters inherit the personalities and the minds and the intelligence.
Okay, Wanderer. There's too much goo going on, man. Way too much goo, and it's making
Well,
me
we're past that bit. We're past that bit, and basically, they inherit the minds of
The goo is making me
previous
uncomfortable.
people, and basically use that intelligence to manipulate people verbally to come out into the sunlight.
So
And
what SCP was that? Sorry.
SCP-001, although there's like multiple different ones. But it's like, it's fucking terrifying to me. And it was meant to happen today, but I don't know. I stepped out in the sunlight and didn't melt, so it's fucking terrifying.
There was a guy that I follow on YouTube. His name is John Ballin, and he is a former Navy SEAL. And one of the stories he told has been mostly classified. And one of the Green Berets that had been involved in this particular story anonymously posted what he had seen. And basically, they encountered like a 12 to 15 foot tall man who threw a spear through one of his teammates. And so they lit the guy up like a Christmas tree, and they had to get two helicopters to come pick them up and pick the 15-foot creature up. And they said he had 6 toes and 6 fingers on each hand. And John Ballin was like, he goes, I did serve in Afghanistan. And he said, if there is any place a creature like that could hide, Afghanistan would be the place. I mean, it was. I'll send it to you. That
sounds really fucking scary.
Yeah, and basically the U.S. government came in and made everybody sign non-disclosure agreements, and just basically said, if you tell anybody, we're coming after you, type of thing.
That's terrifying. What the fuck?
Well, and one of the other stories he told also involved Afghanistan as well. A bunch of Marines were put out and told to just guard this one post. And, when they got there, they were going to be there for 60 days. And the British unit that was there, that was leaving, normally they do a walkthrough and show you everything. But the Brits just packed everything up and said, we're going. They said, if you find anything, if you uncover anything, just put it back right where you found it. And it turns out that this particular hill was one where several battles have occurred throughout history in that region.
Yeah.
And so they were kind of like, basically like the ghosts of the people who've all died are all haunting that place. And like, we're talking like soldiers who were on watch for the night were feeling people tapping them on the back of the shoulder, but everybody in their unit was asleep. At one point they heard gunfire and mortar rounds going off, and they thought they were being attacked by the Taliban, but nobody was there attacking them.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
What the hell? Dude, that to me, this kind of like, there's always the element of like, this could be bullshit, and like somebody might actually like be risking their life to tell you this. But I guess also the main factor about like stories like that is how little we know about our own planet, and how much more we have to discover, if there is anything more to discover. Because, we've discovered a lot. Like we've been on this planet for what, 60 something billion trillion whatever years. We've been here, and we still don't exactly know everything, because we haven't reached kind of like the pinnacle of intelligence yet.
Well, I mean, we've only really been on the like the edge of it. We haven't gone any further down than what, 5 miles?
Yeah, dude, there's a lot to know. Like, there's a title of a quest, and I think it's either Fallout 3 or New Vegas, called "How Little We Know," and it's that I feel like that's quite fitting. Because like we know
What
very
if one
little.
day we found out that a type of whale exists, except it exists in lava?
What if we found out that there was like stone golems, and they like threw people really far off mountains? Like, yeah, that exists.
Lord.
Rock
In your
lobsters.
world, maybe rock lobster. Don't start singing the B-52s, okay? I mean, we don't need that, okay? You got us canceled last week because you perfectly impersonated Tony Iommi's guitar for Iron Man, and so we got canceled because of that. So I guess we just got canceled for the B-52s. So thank you, STOODOGG. You're back one show and you get us canceled.
Nice.
Can't help
going,
the fact that my vocalizations are so like spot on.
So damn spot on. Right. I mean, STOODOGG's the kind of guy that could do like a perfect impersonation of the Jimi Hendrix version of the national anthem, like every key, you know. Which honestly,
actually, that's non-copyrighted, isn't it? So you should be fine.
Oh,
Did the guy die?
Who, Jimi Hendrix? Jimi Hendrix has been dead for years.
Nah, but
Oh, no, I
the
know
song
that. I'm
itself
saying,
belongs
like,
to the
what I meant was, like, I think copyright law, from the studying I've done, copyright law only exists for a certain amount of time after somebody like dies, or something like that, and then you can use it. It's like free to use.
Yeah, there's
unless somebody renews
YouTube
that copyright.
has exemptions for like sort of American, like, I'm going to say country, but not that kind of country, but like American like countries songs. There's exceptions for it. They're held by the U.S. Library of Congress, so everyone in America can use them. But being that we're uploading to an American platform, we can use them for videos and stuff. So
Well,
you
that's
know, it's
interesting.
handy for like Enclave stuff and that, because you can grab
Yeah.
your Stars and Stripes Forever and all that.
You know, I mean, in all honesty, I've always thought that instead of having someone sing the national anthem at like sporting events, they should just play the Jimi Hendrix version. I'm serious. I mean, because it's amazing. It really, really is. If you've never listened to that in its entirety, it's unfucking believable. And side note about the man, the myth, the legend that is Mr. Hendrix. Did you know that he used to play, when he would play live, his headband that he would always wear would be lined with LSD.
That is so fucking cool.
So while he was sweating, the LSD could soak into his skin.
That's absolutely genius.
Intelligence 10.
I wish I'd known something like this. You know, I could put things into my chef hat.
STOODOGG's going to start lining his chef hat with LSD, and the next time we talk to him, he'll be like, "I don't know what happened. I was in the kitchen, and then suddenly I got locked in the bathroom again."
That's how it is.
See, I wonder if that's just more of an urban legend because it is.
Really?
Oh, and it
Really?
is something that sounds believable that Jimi Hendrix.
No. The fact that you have to like even attempt to say that would be an urban legend is mind-boggling.
Dude, I thought he was talking about STOODOGG getting locked in the bathroom. I thought he said that was a fucking urban legend.
Right, and I'm like, no, that's not an urban legend either, damn it, because we've heard the story. So, but yeah, urban legend about the brilliance that is Mr. Hendrix. No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stop
Declare
you right
that
there.
bathroom as an SCP. That bathroom
Dude, that'll be
needs
so
to be
fucking funny.
secured and contained and protected within the facility because like it's unescapable.
But it is the container.
And the thing
Holy
is that, like,
shit.
because it was literally in the center of the building, so there was like no exterior walls, so there was like no windows either.
Mm.
You know, like the door, it literally just decided, "Zoop, I'm out of this dimension. See ya." It's
It's
like, oh well,
slowly,
I'll just sleep until you get back.
Yeah, it slowly like dissolves the people who enter it that can't get out. So like you die.
Oh.
And then it harnesses the power harvested
Rip
from
STOODOGG then, great.
Yeah, canonically
First show
STOODOGG
back
is
and you've
dead.
declared me dead.
In the SCP universe, STOODOGG is dead or like missing because nobody found his body because the bathroom consumed him.
The toilet
It's like
consumed
some
it.
kind of like Doctor
Doc,
Who sending someone off into the bowels of space and time inside a sealed box kind of moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Doc, Doc, did I hurt your feelings, man? I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
I'm just saying, I'm going to have to stop you right there. I'm just going to have to stop you.
I mean, I realize it's believable because Jimi Hendrix was an idiot on many levels, but
That's kind of insulting.
well, I mean, yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
Like the man was, the man was brilliant, but damn, he was an idiot, man.
I never called him brilliant.
No, I did because he was. He was. I mean, he was brilliant in his own right.
He played guitar. That doesn't require brilliance. I'm saying this as a guitar player.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that he was brilliant because the man was a fucking magician. The things he could do with music were absolutely magical, and he is brilliant in his own right. That's one thing I've always said about music is music is the purest form of magic because it literally is created from the hands of the person who has the will to make it. So regardless of what they play, what kind of music they make, whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter.
It's
like literal,
of magic. No, I'm
He
just
makes
quoting
sound.
Freddie Mercury. It's a type of magic.
It's like
Crowley has said the same thing, because it's literally created from the hands, and typically, and that of course involves the will. But yes, like musicians throughout the ages have all been modern day magicians because they're literally creating something just by sheer will and out of their hands. So yes, they're modern magicians. That's what they are. And with their skills, and it's even more relevant. I mean, I'm going to bring him up again. Let's look at Dimebag. Man was a fucking magician with what he could do with a guitar. Zakk Wylde is the same thing. Jimi Hendrix, Keith Moon. Let's see. Help me out here. Joe Strummer from The Clash. Stevie Ray Vaughan. There you go. I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
Shabam.
Sermon has ended. Pass the collection plate. Everyone have a good day. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Doc,
What's up?
you're awful quiet now.
I'm still kind of out of it.
Well, dude, if you need to go rest, man.
I'm fine. I'm fine. About to eat a pizza.
Let's go.
The world will be better.
He's got a keg and a garbage can full of ice and a pizza, so he's set.
Just gonna say something like that. It's like,
Sounds
are
like-
you okay, Stu? I've just had an injection. Do you need anything? I need a beer.
Johnny Walker, please. Johnny Walker, please. Actually, man, some good Irish whiskey would be absolutely stupendous right now. If I did it.
Stupendous.
It would be.
I love that word.
Some Jameson. That's not an Irish accent, though. I don't know where that accent's from.
STOODOGG, you need to
Somerset or Dorset or something.
STOODOGG, you should try to see how to get me a good bottle of scotch from your part of the world, and send it to me.
Oh hell yeah!
That's something that's just a few things that I've really wanted. I've wanted a bottle of like real a real traditional Irish whiskey that you can't get here in the States. Like you can only get from Ireland, and like, you know, a good bottle of scotch from Scotland. Those are two things that I've always wanted. And don't consume them within a week. Just, you know, every once in a while, just
Whiskey with an E and whiskey with a Y.
exactly. I'm also trying to locate some real absinthe, like with the proper wormwood content and everything like that, because you can't find it's regulated here in the States. So
I think you'd probably have to go to the Czech Republic for that.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Because I know there's different types here, and they only allow certain ones.
We're gonna see if we can get some tomorrow.
What? Oh no.
I will perish.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll
Yeah,
be
it's
fine.
alright. My other drunk friend will look after me on the metro home. It's fine.
I mean, as long
actually
as you don't drink like fucking vat of it, you'll be all right with like 5 or 6 shots inside you, but not like.
I'm gonna try my first whiskey tomorrow. I'm definitely.
I suppose
try
he's still
absinthe.
building up his resistance, isn't he?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's still slowly he's still a lightweight at this point, so I wouldn't point absinthe in his direction. Now, I have never tried it, but I know about it. I know what it is. I know what it does, and that's like something I've wanted to try. I mean, you can find it in liquor stores. It just here, but it just doesn't have. They've substituted the wormwood in it. Is what they've done. So yeah, I need to. I need a few bottles sent my way.
A few balls, mate. A few balls. Just a few, mate.
Like STOODOGG sends all that to me, and I just like come home one day and there's a package, and I'll just be like, oh, my liquor is here.
Hallelujah.
My liquor is here.
Like 2
Yay!
seconds.
2.
1 and a bit. 1 3/4. 1 3/4 and a bit.
Time's
Yeah,
up.
he needs to like learn about telling the time.
Yeah, like let's like Wanderer, we're gonna have to teach you numbers, okay? We're gonna have to teach you numbers and colors all over again. This is a square. This is a circle.
Let's email Sesame Street and see if we can get the Count as a guest star. 1, ha 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 ha. 2, ha 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 ha.
4 hosts. But yeah, definitely see what you can come up with, and we'll figure out how to get it to me. I've been wanting to, like I said, I've been wanting to get my hands on a good bottle of scotch from its homeland. You know what I mean? Because who does it better than where it was created?
I know all the distilleries must be in overdrive at the moment, just producing and not really, you know,
They're stockpiling at this point.
totally. All of what would have been like 18-year-old Scotch is now like 20 years old.
Making it even better.
Oh, hell yeah.
See, that's one thing. Like, when I go to visit my dad on his anniversary and on his birthday, I always take him. I've said that I always take him a little airplane bottle of something, and I'll get one, and I'll leave his, and I'll drink mine, and I'll leave my empty bottle there for him.
Uh-huh.
Well, literally, where I leave these little bottles is like down in a hole. It's been 5 years, and that hole is almost full. I'm running out of places to leave it. And I actually had a friend of mine ask me one time, and he was just like, man, have you ever thought about, like, there's like a bunch of these bottles that have been sitting down there for 5 years, 4 years, just on up the ladder. And he's like, you ever thought about reaching down in there and getting one of the older ones and drinking it? And I'm like, no. He said, why not? And I'm like, because. Do you think I want my dad haunting me in my dreams? Because that's one thing you didn't do. You didn't mess with the man's Jack Daniels, because that's one thing he loved. And so I'm like, I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. I am not touching those bottles. Those are his. So yeah, but I'm running out of I'm running out of space in that hole to put those bottles now. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that that Jack Daniels, after it sat there for about 10 years, would be absolutely just spot on, perfect, smooth, but I'm not going to do that. I'm tempted, but I wouldn't do that. It'd be almost like an insult. You know what I'm saying?
Never mess with someone else's alcohol.
Exactly.
Don't fuck with it.
Exactly. Now, STOODOGG.
I was in a nightclub once on dance floor with this girl. Like I knew her. I worked with her, and she hit the top of my bottle, and it did the thing where it starts to froth up. So
God! Oh man!
I grabbed her by the shoulder. I grabbed her by the shoulder, and I forced the bottle into her throat.
Oh, Lord.
I was like,
oh, God,
I hate when people do that.
Down it. Down it. That is
down in one. Down in one. Down in one.
If you're going to do that to me, expect a reprisal straight away.
Well, see, now STOODOGG, and I actually talked to STOODOGG yesterday for just a little while. And one thing that we were talking about, like he was telling me that he was telling me he finally got to go to the pub with his dad, and I was like, well, that's cool, I mean, sucks you got to sit outside, but I mean, at least you're getting to go. I don't really go to bars that much anyway. And most of the time, like the ones around here, they were closed for a while, and now stuff's starting to open back up. But I was telling him, I'm ready for gigs. I'm ready for shows, man. And I keep seeing like all these big festivals that are not like they're not starting back up until next year, which I can understand. But have you ever just stood back and thought during all this, like the little things that we enjoy but we take for granted?
Yeah.
Well, no, and what I mean by that is, one thing that bothered me during all of this is not being able to like hug my own mom.
Yeah.
That bothers me tremendously.
My My grandmother went downhill and died last December as a result of all of the isolation.
Well, I mean, it's not like we were living in caves and everything like that.
Sure felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it if you're in my apartment right now.
Oh, hey, here, try this on for size. Try sitting at home for 9 weeks after spinal surgery and not be able to go and do anything.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, those walls got really, really, really fucking small really quick. But but the painkillers helped. The painkillers
Sex
definitely
and
helped.
drugs and sausage rolls, except without the sex and the sausage rolls.
What in the fuck, dude? What in the fuck, dude? Yeah, but like small apartment, trust me, I understand. I mean, but sitting at home for 9 weeks and basically, let me put it this way: House, Law and Order, SVU, and Maury Povich became my best friends for 9 weeks.
Oh man, that's a combination.
Um,
You are not the father.
that was pretty much it. Like every day, I would just sit there and have been like, "Yep, that's a lie." Hey, I got it. Yep, he's the dad. Hey, I got that too. Too bad this isn't a drinking game. That would be what a fun drinking game. The Maury Povich drinking game. Every time someone tells a lie, you take a shot, or every time someone's the father, you take a shot.
Good way to get sent to the emergency room.
Well, no, not necessarily, because each episode's only 30 minutes long. And I mean, come on, if they're not the father, you don't have to drink. But if they are, you do. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want? I mean, I would totally play that. Did we lose everyone?
No, I'm still here.
Did we lose STOODOGG?
No, I'm still here, man. I'm just checking up on chat. Clockwork
you-
Rex was saying that the isolation didn't bother him that much, but people piss him off most of the time. He's also said that he watched a lot of Star Trek and Star Wars when he was in the lockdown.
That's what I did. I watched the entire 7 seasons and all what I consider to be 6 movies, as well as the 1 season of The Mandalorian, like literally through last summer. And
Guys, I'll be right back.
In 3 days' time, Star Wars: The Bad Batch comes out, which is like the sequel to the Clone Wars, and I can't wait for that. Because the Clone Wars is like my fucking childhood show. Like, everybody's always talking about like their childhood show. Like, Clone Wars was that for me because it's so fucking good.
I don't think I've ever seen any of it.
Oh, it's great. I really recommend it. It's really good if you're into Star
How
Wars.
long did it run for?
So it went on a bit of a hiatus, but it went from 2008 to around 2013, 2014. And then they went on a hiatus because they wanted to develop 4 seasons of Star Wars Rebels, which is another show, when Disney took over. And then they came back last year for the final season. There's around 7 seasons. And there's also a movie, but the movie's kind of eh.
Oh, I love the way it ended, man.
Huh?
I love the way it ended.
Oh, the way it ended was fucking phenomenal. It's probably the best way I've ever seen something like that end.
All right, I'm back. Hey, STOODOGG.
Welcome back.
STOODOGG, I'm about to be 1 beer ahead of you because I just opened my first one.
It's like the show kind of adapted and kind of grew with the audience it was trying to draw in, because obviously it was meant for small children and stuff like that.
If you're talking about Mandalorian, I have not watched it yet.
No, I'm talking about the Clone Wars.
Oh, I haven't watched that either.
The Clone Wars is great.
So STOODOGG, I think you should open one too.
It's about beer o'clock.
Indeed, it is. I'm having a nice cold Sam Adams Boston Lager.
I think I've got 9 cans of BrewDog Punk IPA.
Mm.
Oh, IPA is so fucking good.
Yes, some of them
I'll
are.
go and
Some of them.
grab 2 of them because they're like smaller cans. They're
If you haven't tried it, you should try the Swamp Ape IPA. That's actually really good.
I had 4 a while back, but I can't remember what type they were.
Sam Adams has an IPA. Some of them are good, but some of them are.
The cans looked really fucking cool.
Rogue puts out this one. It comes in a black can, and it has this skeleton in the fetal position, and I think he's wearing like a Pope hat or something like that. And it's called Dead Man Ale. Now that is fucking delicious.
Nice.
Old
That is
Rasputin is good too.
older. Oh yeah, old Rasputin. Oh man. On that, what is that like? Isn't that like 10% alcohol, and it comes in a 4-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that one time, several years back when I was in Florence, and stopped at this little beer store just outside of town, and my girlfriend at the time, she was just she's like, if you want to get some beer, I'll get you some beer. And I'm like, okay. And I found that on the shelf, and it came in a 4-pack, and it was like $14, $15.
Yeah.
And I was sad to see those 4 beers go. That one is really, really good. Waiting for STOODOGG to come back, and so I can hear the can.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, I thought you.
I'm going to head
left and came
downstairs in
back.
just a second.
Oh.
No, I'm nibbling at mini cheddars now.
Oh, dude, nice.
So I got these.
Oh look,
they're
hog lumps.
they're nacho cheese and jalapeno flavor. They're really, really good.
Ooh, this sounds like they taste good.
Oh man. So, all right. Well, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Wanderer's time right now. We're gonna do it a little early today. So Wanderer.
Well, I'll take the couple of seconds transition time to go and grab some beer.
Okay. All right.
BRB. Beer RB.
Back. Call it BWB. Back with beer.
Alrighty, let me get my notes open.
So I sent you 2. Now, Doc, I sent Wanderer his first Kiss album.
Nice. Which one?
I sent him Love Gun, which is my personal favorite.
Yes.
And I also what else did I send you, Wanderer?
You sent me a hymn album, and I can't remember which one it was. It's like
It was the Love Metal album.
Love Metal. That's the one. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let STOODOGG come back before we get started.
All right.
So that Ramones review, though, dude, that one broke my. I think that one broke my heart a little more than when you did Pork Soda. You dirty, rotten scoundrel.
That was a good accent.
I've decided that rather than bringing back a couple of cans,
He just brought them all back.
I just brought the fucking crate, yeah.
Get the whole fucking box.
I mean, if I take all the cans out of it, I can use the crate then as a form of like a bin, and then just carry it out and just empty it into the recycling.
You're like a fucking man, lord. Yes, I.
I'm going to keep a keg in my room. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm a man that does my recycling to make sure that there's more cans in the future for the beer to go into.
You've got cans? I have a bottle.
I had a bottle, but I don't want to drink anymore just in case my parents are like, "Oh, this is my beer."
Are you stealing your parents' beer now? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
they
doing?
said, "Oh yeah, you can try one if you want," because we just got this new one that we've never tried before. It was alright. It's not my favorite, but it's alright. It is called. I think that's it's Tarapramen.
Hey, Wanderer, can I make a suggestion to you?
Yeah.
Um, um, when you can actually go back, when you can go to pubs now over there, right?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow with my mates.
I was gonna say, take your dad sometime, buy him one.
Sorry, Mr. Wanderer. Did you say Staropramen?
Yes,
That's a lovely beer, mate.
it is it's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good.
It's a Czech beer. We used to have it on tap when I worked in Revolution bars, and because I was staff, we got discounts, and it was like $1.50 a pint.
Oh, nice. Dude, that's like what Weatherspoons, because we're going to a Weatherspoons.
Like, I'll have
tomorrow.
4 or 5 of those every night. Thank you very much.
Dude, Weatherspoons have such fucking good prices. It's so crazy. Like Sainsbury's will sell alcohol for like 20 quid, and then it's just like fucking Weatherspoons over here selling like 6 quid fancy drinks that you usually get for double the price in like a fucking nightclub. It's really, really cool. It's cheap as fuck.
Oh yeah, the Weatherspoons have got like massive deals with the breweries, so they're like a nationwide chain. There must be like 1,000 of them across Britain, but imagine them like ordering all their beers for all their pubs from like a couple of places. That's a lot of money those guys are spending, so they can afford to get like discounts because they're buying it in such vast quantities.
Yeah.
But, another thing they do that's really cool is every now and again they have it's like a festival of different beers. So you can go in and you can order like they'll give you 3 beers, like a third of a pint's worth.
Yeah.
For like 50 pence each.
Holy shit.
So
really?
You can go into one of the bars and let's say that they've got like say about 25 different types of beer all along the bar. You can start at one end and go all the way down to the other. And when you get there, you're not like overly drunk if you're just like drinking them by the thirds.
Dude, that sounds actually so good.
You're pleasantly happy enough, and then you think, I can probably go back to the start again.
My friend Niall, he would fucking love that. I'm going to tell him about that. Because if they do that in because I think there's like 2 over near where I live. There's one in I live in between 2 cities, so there's one in that city and one in the other. And depending on which one we go to, I think we're going to go to the other one tomorrow. But whenever that's happening, I might have to ask somebody about that because that sounds really fucking cool.
Yeah, ask them about either their ale festival or they do a cider one here as well. So I'd imagine they'd probably do that in their other bars, but they just get a whole lot of different types in and just they flog them cheaply for like a few weeks.
That sounds so good. Holy shit.
All right. Well, Wanderer, let's now STOODOGG, I was just telling Doc, I sent Wanderer his first Kiss album.
Ah, cool.
So, Wanderer, let's start with Love Gun.
All right. So I'll summarize it at the end instead of the start this time. But to start off with the first song, the riff on "I Stole Your Love," which is the opening track, sounded absolutely fucking fantastic, and I thought it was a great way to kick shit off. Very enjoyable to listen to. It was catchy, and it put the listener in a very fucking good mood. And for me, I was particularly excited to hear what this album had to offer after hearing that. I thought the vocals also were pretty dope. Like, usually, depending on who it is, I'm not particularly a big fan of the vocals, but the vocals from Kiss are pretty good as well. The guitar solo on this was fucking amazing. The drums are neat, although definitely not my favorite element of this track, nor the album. I feel like the drums could use some improvement. However, this song alone was an excellent beginning for the album. Then we got on to Christine 16. The riff on this one was a little bit of a step down, in my opinion. The piano in the background kind of put me off a little. However, I did love the bass on this track. The bass was much more present in this track and was really masterfully done compared to the last one, which is an element that I do feel like I Stole Your Love kind of missed out on. I didn't really hear much bass in there, so it was really nice and it was refreshing to hear some more bass like presence in Christine 16. So apart from that, I thought Christine 16 was a dope track. Got Love for Sale. I really enjoyed the riff on this one, and once again, the bass was a massive step up. Both elements were really, really well done. Vocals were pretty good as well, and they kind of flowed well with the instruments as well, and I thought it was quite cool. Then we get to Shock Me, and honestly, I like this track a little bit less than the previous. It felt less energetic and kind of a bit bland to me. But that's just my opinion, I guess. Tomorrow and Tonight, I saw it was pretty cool. I don't really have much to say about that one. It was pretty cool. And then we get to the title track, Love Gun. The guitar riff was really fucking cool. I thought the bass was absolutely beautiful. The drums were far better on this track than any previous tracks, in my opinion. The vocals were brilliant. And overall, I think Love Gun may be my favorite track so far through this album when we got to this point. That made a lot of the previous songs kind of fade into obscurity a little bit. However, it took elements of the previous songs that I liked, slammed it all together, and made the title track. And I thought that was a really fucking cool feature.
Hey, Wanderer, just real quick, I was just looking this up. Happy Beltane, everyone. Today's Beltane.
What's that?
Beltane?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Me neither.
It's the Gaelic May Day Festival.
Oh, yeah, it is May Day.
It's
yeah.
It's the halfway between the spring equinox and the summer solstice.
Oh, let's fucking go.
So yes, happy Beltane, everyone. I'm sorry, Wanderer. Continue.
That's cool. We're up to Hooligan. So, coming off the last track, which to reiterate, I was completely blown away by. Hooligan felt a little bit deflated, and it's definitely not my favorite track. Then we get Almost Human. I thought it was absolutely sick title, even sweet guitar and bass. I thought the drums on this one were particularly groovy. The vocals were at their best on this track too. So that's another brilliant song in the bag for me. Then we get to Plasticaster, and I thought it had a really menacing bass opener. I really dig that in songs, so I was particularly a sucker for that one. Guitar is quite similar to the first track in ways, particularly in the emotional side. It kind of makes you feel the same. And I think Plasticaster is a great listen. Then we get to Then She Kissed Me, and I felt like this track was kind of a little bit corny to listen to, vocally, and the riff wasn't particularly anything to really gawk at or anything. Definitely felt I could have used a cooler, more extravagant way to send the album off, but that's just my opinion, I guess. So, Kiss Love Gun gets a 9.5 out of 10.
There you go.
Although some songs hit harder than others, there was not a single song I disliked in this at all. Nearly every track is super enjoyable. The instrumentation was fantastic, and the vocals were really dope in some cases. I think the only instrument that I could really give a little bit of feedback on is probably the drums. I feel like the drums could use a bit of a boost. But apart from that, dude, I've really fucking enjoyed this, and I can't wait to listen to some more Kiss in the future.
Right on. I'm really happy to hear that because, like I said, that one is one of my personal favorites.
It was really fucking sick. I enjoyed it like start to end, and writing the notes was a pleasure as well because I just had such a blast listening to that album, and I'll definitely be doing it again someday.
What did you save off of it?
I saved around, I think it was around 3 or 4 tracks ended up on my playlist, but I liked even more than that. I'll have to go to my playlist to tell you. Let me check. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks out of, I think it was around 11, maybe. I don't know. I might be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 tracks, and I saved 6 of them. So that's like a 60-40 split. I saved I Stole Your Love, Christine 16, Got Love for Sale, Love Gun, Almost Human, and Plasticaster. They were the ones I saved.
All right. Hang on. Let's see what Clockwork has to say. Yeah, he does have a point. That Ace
I've
Frehley-
just sent Clockwork by way of direct message a link to your Discord, Widows. So
thank you.
if he'd like to link the tune that he mentioned, I can copy and paste it into the chat.
All right, that's cool. Thank you. All right, well, let's move on to your first hymn record. Now, this one was another one I was really excited to send you because this is one of my favorite bands. Yes, believe it or not, I absolutely adore this band. So let's hear what you got to say.
Okay. All right. So, first track is Buried Alive by Love. It had some digital-like sounds in the beginning, presumably from the guitar, and it kind of carried on throughout, kind of in the chorusy kind of bit, which reminded me a little of CKY. The guitar was beautiful throughout this track, and I thought the chorus was wonderful as well. Just everything about the guitar on this track was crazy. And I thought the drums and vocals were another highlight on this one, and it made me very pumped to hear what was next. I really enjoyed Buried Alive by Love. I was blown away by what I heard. So great beginning. The Funeral of Hearts, it opens up with acoustic, and I wasn't quite sure how to feel about that part particularly. This song had some highs and lows in my opinion, the highs being the more heavy parts, but I just wasn't really feeling the acoustic parts of the song, and I don't know why that is. I'm going to take it down. There's something I mentioned in my notes later when it comes to a different song, and I kind of jotted down to tone. The tone of the track is something I'm not really a fan of. However, it had some highs and lows, like I said. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever heard or anything. It was just kind of, cool. Then we get a Beyond Redemption. It kicked off with a Stranger Things style bleepy bloopiness in the beginning before like transforming almost like a fucking butterfly or some bullshit into something absolutely wonderful.
Something beautiful and shit. And that's exactly what that sounded like. A butterfly or some bullshit. It's pretty and shit. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I used that. I used that metaphor during a college lecture the other day.
Oh shit! Way too many things just sync up in here. Sometimes it's just like someone will say something, be like, "I think I said something similar to that like 2 days ago." So,
back in my day, I think I said that about 10 years ago.
Do you remember when I said that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, go ahead, Wanderer.
But yeah, Beyond Redemption, entire track was fucking beautiful. Love that one. Getting on the Sweet Pandemonium, which is another favorite of mine, I'll add.
I was hoping you would say that.
I absolutely loved the riff and the bass in the beginning. I feel like the bass could use some more attention in the tracks I've heard so far, but honestly, this may sweep that under the rug because I was really blown away with what they did here. But it would, in my opinion, a little bit more bass in the first 3 songs we heard definitely could add a bit more flavor. However, I digress. Acoustic moments on this track were also a lot more enjoyable than previous. Perhaps it was down to the tone, like I said, of the previous ones that I wasn't too much of a fan of. So I really enjoyed the acoustic on Sweet Pandemonium. So overall, great track. Might be one of my favorites. Then we get to Soul on Fire. I wasn't really feeling this one, though it had some really enjoyable parts. So it was kind of a bit of a high and low again. The Sacrament piano was excellent, and the transition between the other elements of the song was also a great touch that I really liked. Fortress of Fears. Love the acoustic opening and the following electric. It sounded absolutely wonderful when it did that. I enjoyed this track quite a bit. Circle of Fear, I wasn't too much of a fan of, however. Endless Dark, I really enjoyed the instrumentation on. I wasn't particularly bothered about the vocals. But I thought it was a decent track nonetheless. And then we get to The Path, which is the second last song. I wasn't really feeling The Path, not gonna lie. And then we get to the final track, Love's Requiem. And I can always appreciate a bass opening. This one particularly was smooth as fuck. However, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the track in its entirety. I really dig the opening, but I wasn't sure about the entire track. So overall, I'm going to give Love Metal by him an 8 out of 10. I like this album a lot. However, it's definitely not my favorite stylistically or instrumentally, but it's something I could really appreciate listening to, and it had its fucking highs, but it also had its kind of like, you know, a couple lows in there. But I really loved listening to this, and I'd do it again.
Should play that album for your girlfriend. She'd probably dig it.
She might. I mean, she's into like Machine Gun Kelly and like fucking One Direction and stuff like that.
Well, we know that, but you know.
And she finds Typo Negative scary. So.
Yeah, I know. That's sad. That's sad.
Machine Gun Kelly, the like the gangster.
I think so.
No, obviously it's not, mate. I'm taking the mick.
Oh fuck yeah!
That's the name of a Prohibition era gangster. Kind of like along the lines of Al Capone and John Dillinger and stuff.
Well, that might be where he got his name from. Then.
Very probably.
But yeah, MGK is the one that
now we have
beef with.
Lot of Kinda and Likely Very.
He's the one that started beef with Eminem a couple of years ago. They did diss tracks on one another. It was kind of a big thing.
All right, so Wanderer, I've sent you your next one for next Saturday.
Wanderer, I think Sterno's after your bird, mate.
My fucking bird? Man, what the fuck?
Dump her and
I live in
give
Smethwick,
her
Birmingham.
to me.
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. Up the fucking door. Come on, Rouse. That's Fidelity G. Or come on, Rouse. I'll break your fucking legs. You little prick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking saying? Huh?
Wanderer.
No. I've got a comeback. It's like, here you. You looking at my bird? No, I'm not looking at your bird. How know you're trying to say she's ugly? You want to fight?
I know that. Dude, I've heard that somewhere. My friend did that to me once. Either way, so we have the albums that I'll be listening to and reviewing next week are The Offspring, Smash, and also He Is Legend, I Am Hollywood. I've never listened to these bands or the albums before, so it'll be kind of, you know, going in blind, and I don't know quite what to expect. So,
well, see, that's why I try to make this enjoyable for you, because when you go in blind, it makes it even better.
I'd say, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I wasn't sure what to expect going into Typo, and I feel like that's what made me love them so much. You know, it was a style that I thought was unique. Have definitely never heard before.
The Typo shirt yet?
Nah, I didn't end up getting one because they were on Redbubble, and I heard some really fucking bad things about that website, so I kind of stood away.
Dude, there's others that you could order from.
Yeah, there's an official merch store now.
Yeah, yeah.
I was about to say that before that goes extinct.
Yeah,
there was one with a nun with her tits out. I thought it was funny.
Was that the one you're going to order?
My girlfriend would probably go off it, so no.
Oh, come on. Order it and just wear it around the house. Yeah, I could just picture your mom's reaction to that.
Oh, she'd fucking hate me for that one. I think my dad would as well. My dad would be like, why the fuck what are you wearing?
I've got and it's quite tasteful, but there was a bar in Aberdeen called the Moorings. It was like a metal bar. They always had bands on, but their sort of mascot was a mermaid with her boobs out. I had a T-shirt with her on it.
I can get behind that.
I think I still have it somewhere. but unfortunately, they rebranded the bar. Like, they still do live music, but the inside of it is totally different now, and it's not the same. Like, why?
That is a really cool, like, oh man.
What are you doing?
Wait, where's Bobby? Oh, there he is. I'm looking at the typo negative merch on the
I
official
knew-
Roadrunner
I-
records.
Fucking knew it. I fucking
Dude,
knew it. I should have known.
$75 for like a raincoat thing with a windbreaker. It looks so.
I think it's
fucking
funny
cool.
that halfway through that, he's like, "Where's my dog?"
Right?
I was just concerned about him.
Like,
They
where's
sell a
my
World
pup,
Coming
mate?
Down t-shirt. I fucking need that. Oh my god. Shits his pants.
People of America, I'd like to
Shit.
tell you about my dear friend Bobby. We would go everywhere together.
Hmm. Would a medium in American size fit me? Because I've got a medium Thundercat hoodie, and it
You
doesn't
may-
fucking fit me.
you may want to like look up a size chart for your part of the world.
Hmm.
Are you about to order one?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like I'm really thinking about it because that is a nice shirt.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna go to their merch store also. Let me make a suggestion. Let me make suggestions. Like, what
That
are you
World
gonna
Coming
get?
Down. That World Coming Down shirt is something I fucking need.
Shit, there's pants.
They got a hockey jersey, a long sleeve t-shirt. Dude, some of this shit's really dope. They got a Bloody Kisses one. I'd probably get yelled at for wearing that. The album cover's a bit too risque.
No, it isn't.
To Britain Landers. I mean, they literally banned Tyler the Creator.
What is this?
Don't mind me. I'm
Oh,
I've
are you
literally
doing?
like crawled across my bed while still being attached to the laptop by my headphones and the very short wire. One knee resting on top of the crate of beer, the other one trying not to press any mouse buttons, looking at a receipt on the wall for a hoodie that I ordered from the US.
No, dude, you should
So
get
the
that.
hoodie I'm wearing is large. And I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm not the fattest of men, but I am also not the thinnest of men. So I reckon that like
what
a
usual
medium would
size
fit
do
the
you get?
Wanderer.
oh, you think a meme shirt would fit me?
Like a medium would probably fit you, yeah. That's what I reckon.
I need to find out the size chart because
I got my friend a medium t-shirt and it fitted her fine. So she's probably about the same sort of build as you, except she's maybe got slightly more in the way of boobage than you do.
Yeah, booba.
Because she's a shishi.
Yeah.
No, Wanderer, you need that Green Man T-shirt because it has the band on the back of it, and it says, "This blood's for you. No hope equals no fear."
That's actually kind of. I know which one you're on about. Is that the one with the face on the front?
Yeah.
Like the statue? I like that one.
Motherfucker. Doc disappeared on us. Either that or he's enjoying that pizza.
He fell asleep inside his hat.
Huh? What?
He went upstairs inside his hat and fell asleep. The penthouse hat.
The penthouse.
This week on What's in Doc's Hat, it's a penthouse.
That,
And this has been What's in Doc's Hat.
Best to allow 4 to 8 weeks for delivery. Fucking hell.
what's taking 4 to 8 weeks?
This typo negative shirt I want to get.
Dude, did you see the October Rust long sleeve?
Yeah, I like it with the bobs on the sleeve.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, dude, I've got to get my weight loss on because I want to order that shirt for the wintertime this year. Functionless art is simply tolerated vandalism. We are the vandals. I love that. So, okay. So if I had to,
Sorry, guys, I just had to step away for 2 seconds there, but I'm
oh
back
no,
now.
you're good.
I
It
did
was
so
longer than-
unannounced. I
It was
literally
longer
hit
than
the
2 seconds.
I hit the hard mute on the back of my headset.
Give me 2 seconds.
You can't have 2 seconds. No,
Widows, you've heard of the term the chef's minute?
I have.
It's as long as the chef needs it to be. That's what the Wanderer's like with his 2 seconds, eh?
Right. Like, who in the fuck you think is running this shit, boy?
I mean, I think that says that the Wanderer's in the wrong profession. Like, you know, he used to give up game dev and get a job in the steakhouse. Chef, how long for the medium well steak? A minute. A chef's minute.
Start working the line, mate. Okay, Wanderer, which one have you decided on? Oh,
I
it's
think
been
he's still
long.
taking his.
Yeah, I was
taking
about
his
to say
seconds.
this is the longest 2 fucking seconds ever.
He's probably away for like he's decided right now to go and make macaroni and cheese or something. In his kitchen feeding his fam.
Right. I've still got to order a shirt or something from you. When I get the opportunity, I've got to order a shirt from you, a shirt from Hatman, and I've definitely got to get a couple from the Geek Room. Which shout out to our boys at the Geek Room, Frank, Brand, Billy, Anna. Love all you guys. If you don't already, go and subscribe to the Geek Room, hit that sub button, get the notification bell on for them. Great bunch of guys, and we always love them. Love to have them on when they get an opportunity to. So make sure you go and show them some love. Also, go and subscribe to Sir Hatman's channel, STOODOGG's channel. STOODOGG, if you want to post the link to your channel in the side chat, please do.
Sure. Well, hey, thank you very much.
So yes, and also subscribe to STOODOGG. Get that notification bell on and subscribe button for him. Show him some love. So yes, we will be having a show next Saturday. Like I said, we're going to be getting back on a regular production schedule of Saturdays now. Hopefully it'll stay that way for a while, and that way we can keep everything organized and everybody can be here, and we go from there. So next Saturday, same time as always, same bat time, same bat channel, if you will. And Quentin should be with us next week. So
I'll grab links for the Wanderer as well. Do you want me to grab a link for Quentin's channel, or is he temporarily taking his channel like offline for a little while?
I think the channel's going to stay up, but he's going to be working with us. So
yeah. Okay.
But
we can hold it off until next week if he wants to post it and shill himself. He can do so. But I know that he was thinking on kind of winding down the channel a little bit for the time being.
Right. Oh, don't forget
out.
Hatman. Don't forget Hatman's channel.
Funnily enough, the Hatman's the first one that appeared at the top of my subscribe to list.
He's always around. He's always around, which I'm sure he's been around today. So
I did drop him a little message earlier, and I posted the stream into his Discord as well.
Yes, always a pleasure to have my mentor come on and join us.
We should grab our personalized links for these sort of things rather than just like go to the channels. And do you have your personalized link yet?
No, I don't. I don't have enough subs for that.
Oh, you only needed 100. You should be able to make one.
Oh, I'll have to go and look at that.
Yeah, buddy.
Still looking into the tips and the Patreon, and I need to talk to Quentin some more about the whole Streamlabs thing. So we'll start working on that because I'm gonna start just kind of looking around for even if it's a newer like a better laptop, then I can use my Chromebook to do all my research and uh, type my papers and stuff out on, and then on the other one I can stream, and probably be a lot better.
Yeah,
So
man. Get a nice wee graphics card inside it as well, and get some gaming on the go.
I still have to look at that. I actually got to play Magic last night, so
Yeah,
um,
like so have you heard of GOG?
no, I have not.
Okay, good old games. It's imagine it as being basically like a competitor to Steam.
Right.
But they've got a lot of different games on it. They've got a lot of like older games as well. But every week they give something away, and you just need to be signed up for like their email alerts. And basically they send you an email alert, and they're like, "Monkey Island is free. Click the link." It's like boom, there you go, like classic Monkey Island. I picked up Full Throttle a little while back. That's another one of the older like LucasArts games. But like I built up a library of games there for basically like I've barely spent a cent.
Well, it's like I told you, I really have not spent a whole lot buying Magic cards. Like I said, back in the day, any spare cent that I had, I was buying them. And I really haven't spent that much. I mean, looking for deals and stuff like that for cards and all of that. Excuse me. They That's half the fun of it, but yeah, back in my teens, I probably spent like maybe a couple $100, buying cards and shit, paying to play tournaments.
Do you still have like the older decks? Can you still use
I
them with the
wish.
newer ones?
Oh my God, you don't know how bad I wish I still had that. I had a Vans shoebox full. Like you remember the old Vans shoe boxes, like when they were really, really huge.
Yeah, when they were massive, man.
Right. I had one of those that was full. And it was all Ice Age 5th edition, some Kamigawa, stuff like that. And oh my God, I wish I still had it. I got into playing WWE put out a card game called Raw Deal several years back, and that was a lot of fun to play. Of course, they don't make it anymore, sadly. I mean, I've literally gone and looked up cards for this and thought about buying individual decks and trying to see if I could, get some friends into playing just here and there, Oh my God. I think the last time I looked at it, like a box of like the first set starters was like $300.
Oof.
Right.
I'm back.
That was the longest
welcome
2 fucking seconds in history.
I had to go put a plaster on my head, turn some lights on around my house because it was dark, and let the dog out for a piss.
That took longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah, because Bobby likes to sniff around the garden, and then he put his head through the neighbor's fence again to say hello, and then he started looking for Eddie, who's the dog next door.
Like, come on, mate.
Are they friendos or are they like frenemies?
Well, you see, with Bobby, he like either loves some dogs or fucking hates them, and it's really hard to tell with Eddie, because he doesn't like big dogs, but I think Eddie's an exception because Eddie's a Vizsla. So yeah, I think they like each other. The first time they met, they were really nice. So
All right, so Wanderer, which one are you gonna get?
I'll speak to my parents about it, obviously, but I'm thinking definitely the World Coming Down shirt, and if I definitely have enough money for a second shirt or maybe a hoodie. So for the second one, or like a second kind of choice, probably gonna be the Green Men t-shirt.
I like I said, I'm gonna try. As rough as winter was here in my part of the world this year, I'm already ready for it. I hate the summertime here because it's so fucking hot. And so yeah,
There ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
and we're canceled.
Eddie Cochran has copyright struck us from beyond the grave.
And it's all your fault. It is all your fault.
You'd complain to your congressman, but he said, quote, "I'd love to help you, son, but you're too young to vote."
Wasn't I meant to vote yesterday? I think I was meant to vote yesterday.
10th, mate, 10th.
Oh, 10th. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know. I don't know who I'm voting for. Oh, I think I know who I'm voting for.
I know who I'm voting for.
I know who I'm not voting for.
I'm voting for Count Dankula.
No fucking way.
Yep, he's up.
That's so good.
It's a tiny little Scottish party, but I mean, I voted for him before. So, Widows, Doc, do you guys know of Count Dankula?
He's the guy that taught his dog to do the Nazi salute and got fucking cancelled for it.
Yeah.
And he makes really good videos on, like, Mad Lads. I love his videos. Do you watch his videos too?
Yeah, man.
Oh, his videos.
Widows,
so
did you run
good.
away?
No, I'm here.
Yeah, have you heard of Count Dankula?
No, I have not.
No. The YouTuber, like the Wanderer was saying, he got in massive trouble with the law because he taught his dog how to do the Nazi salute.
What?
Yeah, he videoed it and posted it online, and like he was up in court for it. And but the thing is that I'm not a big fan of like Scottish and British politicians, but this man, his sort of what he did, whilst maybe a little bit bad taste, was free speech.
It was also pretty funny.
And looking at it and thinking about having a guy like that in the parliament, he would be able to talk about sort of online rights for people, and I think that's something that I could stand behind in a politician. So that's why he's got my vote. But he was up a couple of years back for the European Parliament, but he didn't get in. He was up alongside the Sargon of Akkad.
Oh, fuck that guy.
I think Sargon was standing for the west coast of England, and Count Dankula was standing for Scotland, but I think neither of them got in.
For Scotland. Dude, oh, mate. Me and my friends fought the Ender Dragon, and he had a soundboard on, and he played that, and it was so fucking funny.
Fighting him like something out of Braveheart.
Yeah. There was bagpipes while we're fighting a fucking dragon.
That's awesome.
It was so funny.
That is seriously one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Oh, it was so dope. We got to do the same thing for...
That is like the most battle epic sentence ever.
I think we listened to the Doom soundtrack while fighting one of the Valheim bosses.
Next time you're doing that, you should put on Far Beyond Driven.
At one point, we did put on some Metallica.
Sterno. Make the UK great again with Vikings.
Why the fuck did a Korn t-shirt come up when looking for typo?
I don't know. Why do you have to be so angry about it?
I don't know.
Relax, man.
I can't calm down.
We have feelings, you know.
It's gonna
Yelling
be
at us.
okay.
Unless it's a fucking fake.
Your face is fake.
Do you reckon this is a fake website? It feels
Ribs
really.
are
It's
fake.
laggy as fuck. It's laggy as fuck. So. Just go to the contact
Yeah.
us.
But no, STOODOGG, I've got to order. I've got to order something from you definitely. I was gonna order a hoodie around Christmas time, and I didn't have the money to do it. So
Widows,
this year,
whenever you want to order something, just let me know, and I can arrange discount codes. Like, I can knock a couple of pounds off it for you, and basically you can get it for pretty much as it costs them to make it. I don't care about profit. I just want you to have one. But
well,
basically, I can
I may have to order two. I'll order one for my mom.
have a look and see what I can do in the way of discounts for that. Basically, what the site does. So that's the site that I sent you the link to. But they're a no risk business. They make the stuff to order as it gets ordered. So when someone orders a shirt from it, they'll
like
take
it's made as soon as they get the order.
Exactly. They take their like $10 for printing and material, and then anything on top of that is the profit for the person who's made the page. But I also need to finalize a design that I'd made. I got Astric, my artist, to do like this sort of a silly picture of my dog, and I've written on the t-shirt, "I'm with stupid," and it's got a picture of the silly dog on it.
You should have said, "I'm with STOODOGG." That's what you. And then put the one with the digital shades, like the 8-bit shades on. Yeah, there you go.
I love that one.
I do too.
That's the one that's on my flagship hoodie design. But
It's like almost like Spuds McKenzie from the 80s, you know.
But I've also done a Star Trek style red shirt, so it's a long sleeve T-shirt, and it's got the little.
But red shirts
Star Trek
always
badge on it.
die, Stu.
Scotty never died, lad.
Dude, they sell typo negative condoms. That's so good. I need to get my hands on some of those. That's so fucking funny.
Are you just gonna hang the box on your wall or something?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
He disappears for minutes and then he comes back, and his first statement is about a fucking box of condoms.
There's not even a box. It's like two pockets, like two single ones.
But yeah, Widows, I was thinking about a couple of ideas that you could have for like your own shop when you open one up.
I've started looking into that, but I've got to. I still have to do my fucking taxes. Yeah, I've got to get that done like ASAP. Ideas are brewing with things like that.
I mean, the thing is as well with that site is you can basically command them to like hold the money until such a time that you're ready to
Collect.
get it, and then you can deal with the taxes. I think there's a certain payout level as well. So
I've actually thought about using the banner as a shirt.
I was about to say that. So I was thinking like having the banner as like a strip sort of across the front of the shirt, like in the middle.
Yeah, well, Wanderer is going to have to redesign it.
I'm gonna redesign some stuff considering we've got you back now. We've also got Q, so we've got a couple things to redesign and redo for the channel.
Whenever
And
I
I've
see
got a
Q,
couple-
or whenever you say Q, like I think of Q from Star Trek.
But yeah, I've got a couple of cool ideas. Obviously, I'm gonna be working on some please stand by screens, maybe some break screens, and stuff like that. Just so like when Q starts producing for us, he has some material to work with.
I'm excited for the changes that are gonna start happening.
Sterno, trifecta episode 2 is on its way. Yes.
Yes, I know. We still need to work out to get them on. I know that. And yes, it is still going to happen.
Number 3.
Oh, number 3. Well, shit, I'm behind.
But like I say, these are smaller cans, so these are 330 mils. So
He's
they're
just
like just over half pints.
He's just sitting there chugging them, is what he's doing. Who's watching something?
Sorry, it's me.
What in the world, dude?
It's just
I
my
joke
girlfriend.
about getting
My
us
girlfriend sent me a
copyright
voice
strike.
memo. I had to listen to it.
Oh. If you don't listen to it right away, you get in trouble, do you?
I'm gonna do either one or two things to you, Wanderer. I'm either gonna dump you or I'm gonna thump you. What one do you want? A punch in the face or a kick in the ass out the door?
I do get the
Which he just
message
goes,
abused by my girlfriend.
I think I'll take a punch in the face. Thank you very much.
I forced her to play Halo with me.
That poor girl.
We completed the first 2 games.
That poor girl.
We played Halo Combat Evolved and Halo Reach. And then we're going to play Halo 2 whenever we get the chance, which may be as soon as May 17th. As soon as she comes in my house again, I'm forcing her, I'm saying, sit down, plug in the controller, we're playing fucking Halo 2, because that's my favorite one.
Oh my god.
It's all fine and well saying things like that, Wanderer, but fact is, if you're able to acquire a Nintendo 64 somewhere locally in your area, I believe I've got a copy of GoldenEye just randomly lying about that I can send to you.
I don't have a Nintendo.
Oh my god.
Like I say, I don't know what happened to my N64. It's obviously just gone missing somewhere, but I was going through some random gear that I had stored, and I came across just the cartridge of GoldenEye. It was like,
Can you
this
imagine,
baby still works?
Can you imagine if they kept it in the spirit of the original game, but they cleaned it up?
They were working on a remaster, but it got cancelled.
Oh,
There
dude.
was a remaster some time ago, but it was it wasn't the same. It was, Widows, the remaster that they made, right? They went over the top with it. They turned it into literally a modern game, and it just lost the magic. They turned Bond into Daniel Craig. They updated the storyline. They updated the missions. They added quick time events and stuff, and it just
sounds like a sequel.
Yeah, that sounds like a sequel. But to be honest with you,
it's your 1990s style, post Cold War storyline, but it was updated and brought up to 2012, 2013 sort of levels of worldwide, events and war on terror level stuff, as opposed to the Russians going about.
the best part of GoldenEye was Deathmatch. That was the best part of it.
Yeah, man. That was absolutely brilliant. That was one of the best multiplayer experiences that I've had in my life.
Right. And really, that was one of the main reasons you bought the game.
Yeah. A friend of mine had, at the time, it was a massive widescreen TV. Literally a tiny box compared to what we have now. But, going round to his with a couple of other guys and just kicking back and playing that was Sunday's afternoon whilst we were thinking about homework and going back to school the next day, you know.
Oh God, when I was in college, I lived on the second floor of the dorm, and some buddies lived of mine lived on the third, and we would get together and play Dungeons and Dragons. Like we literally played one time for 16 hours straight.
Holy shit.
And we would take breaks in the game, and for break time, we would, whoever smoked would go out on the balcony. The rest of us would play either GoldenEye Deathmatch or Halo, the first Halo Deathmatch.
Bonkin chat. Oh,
So
that's a good
fucking
game.
and like sit there and listen to Tool and Clutch and shit like that. And then about an hour later, they'd be like, "All right, let's get back to the game."
Sterno in chat. The only game that did quick time events good was Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Dude,
I've never played it myself, but Wanderer, that's your field, lad.
Right.
I
I'll be
played
right
the
back.
first 2 Force Unleashed games when I was like 6
Back in 2
years
seconds,
old.
Widow.
Like I played the first 2 Force Unleashed games when I was 6 years old. I can't really recall them very well, but I played one on my DS, and that was very different from the other games. And the other one I played was on my Nintendo Wii. So I didn't own an Xbox until I was like 10. So it's quite a big.
So was that the 360 that you had?
Yeah, I owned
Yeah.
the 360 when I was 10, and then that's when I started playing, Minecraft and Halo. And then I got an Xbox One in 2015, but it was my brother's, and then my brother's blew up in the following year after I got my new one, which is like my own console, which I've still got to this day. And then as of 2021, I've got a PC now. So
I got my 360 in 2008.
holy fucking shit!
Might be in 2009. I remember the day because like I'd went into. I think at the time the store was called Game Station. It was like similar to Game, probably owned by the same company. But
Yeah.
I'd got the 360 and then I went down the road and went into HMV, and I'd bought like Dead Mouse's new album.
Oh yeah.
On the way into
I
work.
I used to listen to that guy. Holy
Like
shit.
I had a half day at work,
Oh, nice.
and it was like an 11 until 3, and then at 3 I went home and I played Fable 2 like all night.
Dude, Sono actually told me before that like he knows nobody in real life, like in Denmark, that owns a fucking Xbox. Like it's all PlayStation over there. For me, it's like it's always been either quite diverse or it was always straight Xboxes. Like when I was young, everybody owned an Xbox 360. But like as time went on, a lot of people went to PC, a lot of people went to PS5 and PS4. It's kind of like all over the place.
I mean, I had a PS2 before the 360, but the reason that I went 360 was for Fable.
Oh
Fable
yeah.
2. And then a
friend of mine
little
likes
bit
Fable.
after that, I discovered the wonders and joys of Fallout 3 into New Vegas.
Yes.
But literally the only sort of relics that I have now from that time, like the machine gave me the Red Ring of Death a couple of years back. Like it had been in a storage box, and it was like I found it. It's like, yes, let's play some Fallout, Red Ring of Death. No, let's not then. Fine, we'll just get it from Steam and play it on the PC. But
I've been playing Batman Arkham Origins for like the 5th time. I don't buy I don't buy new games that often, and I got a little burned out on Borderlands because I was playing it all the time, and it's fun. I didn't really think I would get into it, but I've actually really gotten into Borderlands 2.
Borderlands is cool.
Wanderer, I'm still
thinking
I'm
about
still
getting it.
Wanderer, I'm still going to buy New Vegas, or New Vegas. I'm going to buy it soon.
No pressure, man. No pressure. Just tell me what you think
Whatever,
of it.
No,
whatever.
Widows, my dude. Here's the plan, right? So we sort out a new computer for you. Nice little graphics card in it, and then
Get you a shit ton of games.
myself and the Wanderer will make sure that you have copies of the Fallout games,
Like all of them.
as a personal gift from us.
Honestly, I've been I have a PS3, and I'll still go and buy games occasionally. Like, I have all of the Assassin's Creeds, which is one of my all-time favorite game series, next to Batman. The Batmans on PS3 are incredible. But I'll go and I'll try to find games that I've played. Like, I love the Dead Rising game, the Dead Rising 2. Those are a lot of fun. It's just fun to go and kill zombies. You don't even have to do the missions. Just go around just waylaying on zombies with random shit.
Sterno in chat saying that he has a good story on how he found Fallout, and he's challenging us to 1v1 him in Goat Simulator. I have Goat Simulator.
I don't.
Got
Do you have
on Steam a while
KOTOR?
back.
Have you ever played Knights of the Old Republic, STOODOGG?
I haven't, but I think I might actually own it.
I'll be right back.
It's so fucking good. I've been playing it recently. I'm not too far into it. I'm around 3 or 4 hours in. But it is like one of the most fun Star Wars games I've played since probably Jedi Fallen Order. It is so good.
Back
old,
to
though.
what we were talking about earlier there, Wanderer. Was it the Force Unleashed? Was that the one that you'd mentioned that you had when you were like a lot younger?
Yeah.
I never played it myself, but I'm thinking, is that the one where you're Darth Vader's like protege and you're on the dark side?
Yeah, your Darth
Yeah.
Vader's really OP apprentice.
Got ya.
And then
yeah.
you defect for a woman. And then there's
Oh.
like a droid. And then they make clones of you. And that's all I can really remember.
But yeah, I was thinking, I do remember that from the day because it was like really cool because like you get to be the bad guy. Yes.
I would love like an RPG Star Wars game. Like kind of similar to KOTOR or something, maybe a bit different.
Yeah.
I know that Ubisoft is working on one. I'm really excited for that.
April 27th, The Wanderer reviewed this game. Just got into this being a Star Wars fan for most of my life. Always found KOTOR as an idea to be kind of off-putting to me due to the absolutely gargantuan length of time between this and the prequels, etc. However, I took the plunge, forgot everything I know about Star Wars, bar the key parts, obviously, and I'm really loving this. I love the way it looks. The gameplay is interesting. Takes a little while to get used to, but it's been really fun when you get the hang of things. And this mysterious story that is unraveling so far is proven to be something that has given me a drive to keep playing. Can't wait to keep playing. Oh, that's me doing an impersonation of the Wanderer, writing a review on a video game.
Yeah, the Star Wars game.
I
I write reviews on Steam when I'm bored.
I wrote a really cheesy one for Fallout 3. If you want to go and read it and put on a Scottish accent, feel free to.
I can't do a Scottish accent. I really fucking can't.
There's a game on Steam that I watched.
Sterno says KOTOR's on sale at the moment.
It is. It's like, I don't know how much for, but I got mine for £7, but right now you can get it for £2.50. It's fucking bargain.
$2.50. 65% off.
It's a lot of fucking bollocks. If I waited a week, I could have got it for £5 cheaper. Like,
there's a game on Steam that I watched.
Hello, Sterno friend request.
that I watched Markiplier play called West of Loathing.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh shit! Yeah, I've heard of that one.
I really want to play that because I got such a kick out of watching him play it. I'm like, damn it. It like made me want to get a better computer so I could just try to play that. Like I don't give a shit about anything else. I just want to play the game.
Sterno says that he loves Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. I've
I
only
li-
played Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and he loves them.
Play Black Flag.
Black Flag is great. My cousin used to love that.
It
He's
took a
always
while to
talking to me
grow.
about it.
It took a while to grow on me. Before I played it, like actually sat down and played it. I want to play Origins so bad. Um, my friends have been telling me they're just like, dude, like all the philosophy and stuff that you're into and is all in this game, and it's set in Egypt, and you really should play it. And I'm like, I would love to, but I can't right now.
I think the last Assassin's Creed game I played was like the original one. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, the first one is great. Um, I like the Wolfenstein games.
Wolfenstein, I've never really dabbled into. I watched a playthrough of Wolfenstein 2, the new one, like the new Colossus or something. I thought it was really fucking interesting, but I never got around to buying them or playing them.
Go watch a play through of the first one. Like not the original computer game, but the actual first one that they put out for PS3.
Hmm.
Go watch it. It's basically just killing Nazis.
I think you can actually get like most, if not all of them.
My name is BJ Blazkowicz, and I stole 47 million tons worth of gold from the Nazis, and I killed 10,000 Nazis and
my bare
Adolf
hands.
Hitler
With
on
my
my
bare
way out.
with my bare hands. With nothing but a paper clip and a shoestring. He was the MacGyver of war games. I see one thing I wish that PlayStation would do is all these older games, like from the very first system, re-release them for the newer systems. Like not down.
I wonder if this would work.
Because
I have a theory.
Because I liked playing Medal of Honor.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
The Wanderer, sir, you are too kind.
I just wanted to say thank you, man.
The Wanderer has just gifted me on Steam Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. Thank you very much, man.
No worries, enjoy.
STOODOGG, to say a big thank you for all your assistance creating videos for the channel and helping to create his masterpiece that is upcoming, Wanderer, a Fallout story.
Oh, how sweet it is.
Rather touching in it.
Governor.
When is Wanderer going to make Five Nights at Freddy's lore videos? Imagine if like Bethesda made a Five Nights at Freddy's reference in a Fallout game or DLC. That would be fucking terrible.
Your next project, you should do like a big like horror story.
You know, I've got a couple ideas.
Well, Wanderer,
it's Halloween.
It's Halloween coming up soon.
Yeah.
You've spoken to me about a few of your ideas, but if you want to mention them, I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about them without your lead.
Yeah, no worries. I can talk about them. I'm not really too locked down on like some of my ideas and stuff. I've really no kind of shame sharing them. So my ideas for Halloween and like spooky videos I have are Necropolis from Fallout 1, Mariposa Military Base from Fallout 1, Zetans, which are the aliens from... I think they span most of the Fallout universe, but they have a prominent role in Fallout 3 through to 4. And also Vault 22 from Fallout New Vegas. They are like some of the like scariest parts of Fallout that I can think of that don't really fall too much into supernatural, but can do. And they do fall into like, science and like scientific horror, biological horror and shit like that. Because if I'm honest, I'm not really a particularly big fan. I'm not too interested in like the whole Krivbekna and all that weird kind of dark fucking cultist disciple shit they've got going on in Fallout 3 Point Lookout and throughout Fallout 3, really. I thought it was cool, like in the Museum of Witchcraft and like that haunted mansion you had in Fallout 4. But in Fallout 3, I wasn't too much of a fan of it. The Mothman cultists, however, in Fallout 76 are quite interesting to me. So if there's any like lore I stumble across that I find particularly interesting and quite lengthy that I could turn into a 5 to 10 minute video, I'd probably do it in the future. But Vault 22 is definitely one I want to cover because it's like basically these people. Because vaults, I don't know if you know, Widows, but vaults aren't just like, Fallout shelters for nuclear atomic annihilation, basically. They are ways for vault tech who then kind of form into the Enclave, which are like the remnants of the US government, to experiment on the residents. There are ways for that to happen. A good example of this is Fallout 4, basically in Vault 111, which is the vault that you start off in. The experiment there is cryostasis, and you all get frozen for like 210 years. And then the Institute takes your son. And then in Fallout 3, they basically brainwashed a shit ton of you in Vault 101. So it's like born in the vault, die in the vault. So like nobody leaves whatsoever. So that people can thrive in it. And then we have like Vault 22, which is they basically in the ventilation they added like little spores that I believe had something to do with the forced evolutionary virus that basically changed the residents into these plant people that like
I
fucking
think
eat
the
you.
idea of the spores was about pest control.
Yeah.
So they would change the nature of like the rats and the insects and stuff so that they would like eat each other and infect each other with the fungus. It's almost kind of based on a real world thing, like
Yeah, the zombie thing. Yeah.
where the insects would like crawl up to the top of the tree and then get caught by like birds,
Yeah.
and then the fungus would get pooped out somewhere else.
I think, STOODOGG says they were from Big Empty. Most stuff was from Big Empty, I think. Like a lot of the equipment that you see in the Sierra Madre, like the Ghost People hazmat suits and the Cloud and stuff, that was all developed in the Sierra Madre. And I wouldn't be surprised if Vault Tech commissioned Big Empty scientists to work on that. It had to end up in there somewhere, so either way, we're rambling about Fallout shit on a not Fallout show, so I apologize.
I was looking into my experiment. I'm going to see if I can get this to work. The theories sound. So let's see. I'm gonna mute myself in case this is loud.
Okay.
For some reason, when I'm watching media on the show, like whether that be a video or like I'm trying to watch the stream or something, but I haven't got it on mute, it'll like play my audio, not through like my headphones, but through my microphone as well. So you guys will be able to hear the audio. It's really fucking weird. I don't know why that happens.
That is weird.
I don't know the science behind it. I have a theory it might be to do with the adapter I'm using, because like the microphone I'm using right now is just like a gaming headset, but it's plugged into an adapter which splits into both the microphone jack and the headphone jack. And I feel like it might be something to do with that, but who knows, really? Who knows?
That's true. And what is STOODOGG doing?
I don't know. I forgot. I have really bad short-term memory loss. I need to get it sorted.
I've been keeping it sort of secret in case it doesn't quite work properly. I'm having some issues getting the screen to do proper things for me. I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. But earlier on, Widows, we were talking about GOG.
Mm-hmm.
And then
good
we
old
were
games.
talking about Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I have a classic Wolfenstein 3D. I was going to see if my little corner of the screen could like play it for a couple of minutes, but unfortunately, the window doesn't want to work properly. It would just be like a tiny little window on top of like the full screen of my computer, showing like, well, our YouTube stuff going on, so we
Right.
wouldn't see it properly.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to wrap up anyway. Been a good show today, and STOODOGG, welcome back, sir. Welcome back. Doc went quiet on us.
Thank you for having me.
It's probably feeling like shit.
Yeah, I'm still feeling kind of crappy-ish.
Hey man, I wish you good.
Yeah, man, definitely. So we
To be absolutely honest, so was that your second injection?
Yep.
Yeah, my dad had like literal COVID-esque symptoms for like a week after he had his second one. Like he was not like to say he was all right isn't exactly the best way to say it, but like, you know, he was run down, he was grumpy,
Yeah.
he was like, "Ugh, I'm
last
not
night-
happy at all."
My
But,
dad actually got the first jab and felt like shit on the night after.
Yeah.
But he was fine throughout the rest of the week. He hasn't had his second one yet. But I saw a quote today on like Twitter or like Instagram or something. I can't remember where I saw it, but it says, I'm not sick, but I'm not well. And that's kind of a way to explain the post-vaccine sickness, I suppose you
Yeah,
could call it.
just I mean to go a little bit crude, it literally knocks the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like after dealing with this, I'm going, man, how much more of a nightmare is the real thing?
Yeah, dude. I've been lucky. Like none of my family have ever had. I think a couple of us down south had it, but around my local area, nobody in my family's had it whatsoever. So we've been very lucky in that aspect. So I couldn't tell you what it's like, but I can't imagine what it is to like what it is like to be having symptoms of COVID or actually having COVID, because it sounds like a cold, but like on fucking steroids.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so normally, like, you know, when you're sick, you can remember and look fondly upon the days when you felt well. You can't even, you feel so bad, even with just the 1 day symptoms that I had. You feel so bad that you can't remember the last time you felt good.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Well, I've still got to, like I said, I've got to still get my second one scheduled and set up. But guys, we will see you next Saturday. I'm gonna try to put some feelers out, see if we can get somebody booked to come on with us and have a good time. Quentin will be with us next week, and of course, STOODOGG will be back. And it is so good to have him back with us after all this time. But guys, we will see you next Saturday, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. Look forward to seeing everyone once again, and we will see you then. But as always, my friends, peace be with you.